All right, so tonight's live is going to be very quick. Um, the good news is Bubby is feeling a little bit better. Her parents ended up, hey Frank, her parents ended up taking her in to get checked out about 2 o'clock in the morning last night. She's a little dehydrated and she does have a cold pretty bad, but other than that, she's good. She doesn't have an ear infection. And we kind of thought that because she kept messing with her ears, but they're probably just clogged up from that head cold. Um, so Bubby is actually doing okay, but I'm still a little bit tired just from. Okay, thank you, Sleuth. Appreciate that. Hey, T, Sherry, Elizabeth, guys, welcome to the chat. Oh, a little bit of perfect timing. PJ, I see everybody just popping in here in the bushes. Yeah, but the update was Bubby's feeling pretty decent. Still sick, but feeling decent. Dehydrated with the head cold, but that's about the size of that. Fruit Loop, Louisiana girl. Yeah, indeed. So I didn't get a chance to do this yesterday. I tried to do it earlier yesterday. Sleuth was like, "Hey, they caught the they arrested the handyman." So I tried to go live, but it didn't work out in the daytime. And then I was just too tired last night. Bubby was very demanding. So the news is already out there, but I just wanted to speak on it a little bit. They did catch this dude, this handyman dude. So we already know the details, but just in case you didn't know the little bitty details, so the police were in his neighborhood looking for him. They were in his neighborhood looking for him, and they did notice him. He wasn't at home. He was kind of just in the neighborhood out and about, but they noticed that he had bandages on his hands. And it turns out he had gotten treated at a local hospital because he cut his hands up while he was stabbing this woman. And so he just walked up to them and he was like, matter of fact, it says it right here in this article. He walked up to him and he's like, "So I heard y'all are looking for me." And he went on to confess. And that's that. So he's in jail now. And I did find a couple of pictures of him. This is probably the best one. Let me share this over to you. This is like the clearest picture of him that I could find. Oh, I can't do it that way. But yeah, this is like the clearest picture of him that I could find. And come on, add to the stream. The only other pictures I could find of him, it was like maybe two pictures. One was at a distance, him standing up with like a little tote bag or something, and then like a really blurry picture. I think it must have been his mugshot, but you really couldn't see any detail in his face. Um, Matter of fact, it's these two right here. You really can't see him very well. He's not a bad looking guy. I don't know if he's looks good enough to sacrifice a marriage and die for, but he's not a bad looking guy. Oh yeah, well, Louisiana girl. What happened is, a mom of two, a married mom of two, in Forest Hills, Queens, New York, was found murdered, stabbed 58 times, stuffed into a Bauer hockey bag, and just ditched on the sidewalk about a half a mile from her home. Uh, Her 13-year-old son was home, and originally the police, after she was found, a jogger or a walker and his dog found her about 8 o'clock that Saturday morning and called the police. The police were able to find her house by following the blood trail from the basically a duffel bag that she was in, back to her house. When they got there, they found her 13-year-old son. He was upstairs. They originally handcuffed him, took him in for questioning, but then found that he wasn't involved, so they let him go. They looked for the husband and the older son. She has a 17-year-old son, but they were out of town on a college tour, and it was verified, so they weren't suspects. They found some video footage from neighborhood surveillance cameras that showed a male figure pulling that duffel bag along the sidewalk. They narrowed it down to three men that she had apparently had contact with that night. She had gone out to a show with some friends, and after she came back from the show, she went to a local bar, had a drink, apparently had contact with three men whose information was found in her phone. Um, they narrowed it down to the handyman, and there you have it. And here we are. They don't know if she let him in on her own or if he snuck in with the help of a key because he knew where the extra key was, like the spare key to get into the house. So they don't know if he let himself in and took her by surprise, or she let him in and they had an argument or whatever and things went south. But apparently he originally attacked her upstairs in the house on the first floor of the house, took her down to the spider, took her down to the basement, and that's where he actually killed her and put her into the duffel bag and then took her out of the house and left her on the sidewalk. This guy right here. So apparently it's known also that she has, exactly, don't cheat, like, but from what I'm understanding, the way this whole thing is set up, this is probably just like a situation where they're staying together only for the kids or whatever, or maybe it's just more convenient to still be married because it seems to be pretty well known that she has a lot of male quote unquote friends. So this isn't like it's her first affair or whatever. So I mean, I don't know. I have my own views on marriage, but to each his own. So yep. And that was that. Um he kind of looks like a famous person, but I can't put my finger on who. Like one of the hairband guys. Anybody know who he reminds you of? One of the big hairband guys. Louisiana girl says, I've been married for 11 years, and if I ever even had the inclination to cheat, I'll just leave. I know that's right. I have never actually made it down the aisle, but I treat all my relationships very sincerely. And if I'm with a person, I'm with that person. And if there ever comes a point, I agree with you 100%. If there ever comes a point where I feel like I don't want that person anymore, or maybe somebody else is more appealing to me, I'm not going to cheat. I'm just going to leave. I'm either going to work it out with you or I'm going to go on about my business because it's unfair to everybody involved. I mean, and look at this situation. Even though they may or may not have had whatever agreement they had, look how the children are suffering because now they don't have a mother. And again, not to judge anybody because it's not my place to judge them on how they live their life. But when your lifestyle choices have these severe of consequences for your innocent children, because what do they have to do with who you're sleeping with or who you chose to marry or how you feel about the person that you chose to marry? You know what I'm saying? How do they have any input on that? So here they are now without a mother, living in the house where she was brutally murdered. For all we know, that basement is their hangout. They got a game room set up down there. They can't even go down there now because it's a crime scene. We don't know. But can you imagine? So whatever arrangement they had between them, if they didn't have kids, oh well. But now you have a situation where there are two young lives that have been unchangeably altered in a negative way, by the actions of adults based on just self pleasure. So I said this was going to be a short one. Before I get off of here, we're going to look at apparently Summer Wells is the only active Amber Alert again. And it's crazy. Every time I look up here and I see that Summer is the only active Amber Alert, I really have mixed feelings about that. It's a good thing because there's not a whole bunch of kids up here who need to be found. But at the same time, Summer still needs to be found. Like, how does a child go missing and there's not hide nor hair of this child anywhere? So pick a state. First state is the state we are going to look for and see where and see what children are missing in that state, some one type of state. Amber Alert out of Ohio. Let's see if we can pull up something on Ohio. April 20th. Okay, well, let's do this then. Ohio Amber Alert. Yep, 45 minutes ago out of Clark County. Let's see what they're talking about. Amber Alert for Clark County child. An Amber Alert has been issued by the Springfield Police Department statewide. A child has been abducted by a non-custodial parent from baseball fields at 700 Selma Road, Clark County. Caden Corin, age 7, has black hair and brown eyes and was last seen wearing blue shirt with no sleeves, dark blue shorts, red and black Nike cleats. Corin has low-cut black hair, according to the Amber Alert release. Let me pause this because we're going to go up here and watch this. The suspected abductor, Khadijah E. Corin, age 25, is a black woman who has brown hair and brown eyes, was last seen wearing white sports bra, gray pants, and dark green or blue jacket. She was driving a dark green 2007 Ford Focus with Ohio plate number H as in Henry, R as in Reginald, E as in Echo, 8196. Call or dial 911 if you see this child, the suspect, or the vehicle. If you can also call 1-877 Amber OH. That's 1-877-262-3764 or 911 to be transferred directly to the investigating law enforcement agency or to hear the alert information. So let's check out this video. Get some sound and take it back to the beginning. Come on, thing. Act right.
Another breaking story involving an Ohio Amber Alert. Take a look at this picture. Police say Caden Corin was taken from the baseball fields on Selma Road in Clark County by his non-custodial mother. He was last seen wearing a sleeveless blue shirt, dark blue shorts, and wearing black Nike cleats. If you have any information, please call police. And we will continue to follow both of those breaking stories. For the very latest information, you can go to our website, NBC4i. Following another breaking story involving an Ohio.
All right. So, Caden Corin, age 7, out of Clark County, Ohio. They did not give his height or his weight. I'll follow up with this tomorrow and see if I can find height, weight, better description on him, better description on the mother. They probably just tried to get this Amber Alert out as soon as they could. And so it's bare on information, but I'm really sure that they'll end up updating it. They usually do, and add more information in later. Guys, I'm going to get out of here. Not even 20 minutes. I'm going to get out of here, though, and get me some rest. I will see you guys tomorrow. And what's tomorrow? Friday? No, I won't see y'all tomorrow. I'm going to be hanging out with the local My Life in the cantina. So that's where I will be. See y'all there. Yeah, I guess I can't get out of here. It won't let me end the live. I keep clicking the button and it just keeps spinning and saying, having trouble connecting. Please check your internet connection. I got the fastest internet there is. Imagine that my connection won't let me end the live. It usually keeps you from going live. maybe I'm not supposed to get off tonight. I wonder if it'll end if I leave the studio, shut down the browser. Let me try that. Fundraiser stream. What are we raising funds for? Oh shoot. I ain't got no cinnamon rolls to sell. I sure do not.